Well, the last two nights, many have been glued to their TVs, and some of you might have even made the trip to the K.
Yeah, the Royals and Giants are now tied at 1 heading into Game 3 of the World Series. A lot of the players in blue have come through Werner Park.
Yeah, they have. We asked Rob Sternberg of the Omaha Storm Chasers to swing by to provide some insight. Good to see you, Rob.
Thanks.
Last night it was a nice win, huh? Nice game.
It was awesome. You know what I said after the game, what a difference a day makes. There was a lot of doom and gloom and people on the bridge and people on the ledge, and last night certainly brought them back to reality here, and we're going to make a series out of this thing and make a run at it just like the Royals have.
Help us understand why they would have struggled the night before, but then last night they looked just like they had the rest of the postseason.
Well, 2 words, Madison Bumgarner. He's
who pitched for the Giants, if you want to watch it.
Exactly, big left-hander, and he's the best pitcher on the planet right now, and they certainly ran into a buzzsaw. A lot of these guys haven't played in a World Series game. I don't know if any of them have off the top of my head, and you know that you get those Game 1 jitters, and they got that out of their system. I think Shields was the only one who played in a World Series game, what I'd heard, and he struggled. Yep.
So then you thought the one guy with experience isn't delivering. So you've got all these young guys trying to make something.
Yep, yeah. and Ned's been around World Series teams as well with the Braves, and I heard him on the radio yesterday afternoon, and he almost sounded like it was the end. But
so what do you think? Assess their chances so far. You've seen Game 1, you've seen Game 2, very different results. How do you feel about the rest of the series?
Especially now that they're heading to San Francisco.
Sure. Well, San Francisco is a big ballpark, just like the K is. So we'll see a lot of the same traits out of our pitchers, and really in the postseason, especially with the Royals bullpen, the name of the game is to get a good quality start out of your starting pitcher and get to that bullpen, because that's what's carrying them. And really, between the Giants and the Royals, I mean, you have Tim Hudson and Ryan Vogelsong going the next 2 games for the Giants, Guthrie and Vargas going for the Royals. There's no one who jumps off the page, Hudson with his postseason experience, but no one who really jumps off the page and scares you. So it's really anyone's game the next 2 games. So
how many players on the team right now playing for Kansas City have come through Omaha? Do you know?
Well, the World Series roster, is 7, but 8 total Storm Chasers, 2014 Storm Chasers have been on a postseason roster.
The Kane train rolled through Omaha?
Right. So
of course, Alex, we know.
Some of them were on Major League rehabs, but Eric Hosmer played at Werner Park this year. Lorenzo Cain played at Werner Park this year.
Moose.
Yep. Well, Moustakas was sent here, and of course Gore came up at the end. Danny Duffy, who's been one of the Royals' best starters all year long, start of the year this past season in Omaha. So we've got 8 total players that have appeared on a postseason roster for Kansas City.
How does it impact what the Omaha Storm Chasers do?
I don't see Alex Gordon on that list.
Gordon was not here in 2014.
No, I know, but he has been through. I mean, he was with your club for a while.
So
well, this is just 14,
total. That's
right?
the number.
That's just this year. Yeah.
Don't ask me anything before
I'm
this
sorry.
year.
I'm like, where's our boy Alex?
Okay. Well, if you can't, then the number obviously goes up, because most of these homegrown Royals have come through, if not Werner Park, then Rosenblatt as well. So
yeah, a lot have been through here. Back to my question.
Sure.
How does this affect the Storm Chasers and your success here, and I guess drawing fans to the park?
Sure. Well, you know, a lot of people, I don't want to say they're bandwagon fans, but you get into the excitement.
People call them bandwagon, but you know, you become more attached to the team the better they do.
Exactly.
And you can call it bandwagon fan, or you can call it
and so you see him on TV playing in these World Series games, and it really cements the fact that these superstar players have come through Werner Park, and you could see them 72 times a year, if not more, as has been the case in 3 out of the last 4 years, or maybe more than that. That it really puts the whole thing together, that these players are coming through Omaha, and you could see them so many times a year, and it creates more fans. So if you're a young kid and you see, you'll grow up a Royals fan just based on their success, where in years past you maybe become a Yankee fan, become a Braves fan. So this is going to create more fans for the Royals, and hopefully Storm Chasers as well.
And you may be able to see some of these guys that are playing in the World Series back in Omaha for a variety of reasons why they get sent back down to minor league ball.
Absolutely, and we saw that this year.
Well, and then I would say there's no coincidence that the success you've seen through the Omaha Storm Chasers and now the Kansas City Royals, this whole system, and they kept telling fans it's going to take some time, but we believe in what we're doing, and now you just see this chain of talent, and they're in the series for the first time since '85.
Exactly, and it's real exciting, and it's exciting to know that they've won at just about every level of the minor leagues. They've won the PCL championship 3 times here in Omaha, AAA national championship. These back-to-back seasons, they've won in the Texas League. They've won in the lower levels of the minor leagues as well. So keeping this core of talent together was so, I would say, important, just because they learned how to win together. So when they get into situations like they had in Game 1 and they have adversity, they could rely on each other more or less and know that they've been through this together.
That's a great point.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk more World Series later, but let's switch gears a little bit and talk about what you have coming up, because you have something called Baseball Halloween.
Sure.
Right? What's that?
It's almost especially with the Royals' success. I hate to go back, but the season has not quite ended here. And Werner Park is going to be open for business all season long, almost, or throughout the off season. And the big kickoff will be Mannheim Steamrollers Baseball Halloween Bash, and that's going to be a week from today, I believe. The ballpark is going to turn into a haunted house, so we're going to have a haunted house in the press box.
Why are we showing our viewers a map? Right? Are these all the attractions that night?
Exactly. So the press box is going to be a haunted house, Casey's Haunted Cave, if you will. We're going to have arts and crafts going on in our Buffett boardroom. We'll have a Halloween history ride going around the concourse at Werner Park. Sort of a hay ride, if you will, but sort of facts and figures of Halloween. Candy,
what's the
of course.
Cost?
It's an absolutely free event.
Oh,
absolutely
nice.
free event from 5 to 8 p.m. next Thursday at Werner Park, and there'll be trick-or-treating as well, pictures with Casey and Stormy.
And you're dressing up as, and then we got to go.
Well, I go through phases of Halloween costumes, and I have been and will not play off of, but I'll be Bill Belichick.
Okay. Okay. Nice. One word. Who's going to take Game 3?
Oh, it's the Kansas City Royals.
Royals. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Rob. Great to have you as always.